how's it going, bro? You good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me take out my business lines because last time I had these in, and I tried saying Keisha Cole, and I said Keisha Coles, and I got embarrassed all over the place.
Bro, who is Keisha Cole and why are you simping over her?
Man, she was just a singer. Well, we'll get into that later.
Man, I do want to ask though about MMA and about particularly the UFC. We were talking the other night, you and I, on Instagram Live for a few seconds. Sorry, the connection was bad. You were saying the UFC want you to get a couple more finishes before they'll sign you up, but they have a fight they need to fill against Islam Makhachev.
Yeah, I was just throwing my name out there in the hat. Like, if he really wanted to fight, I know I can't just fight him on like that. I need to train, but show me the money. Show me money, I'll take the fight. It doesn't matter. I'm a fighter. It is what it is. I'm on a 5-fight win streak. I hold a world title. So it's not like I'm scared. A lot of these people, like, I'm ready to go. I won my 5 fights in a row for a reason. And the UFC, we are in talks with the UFC, but like, who knows? Like, they're telling me, they're like, hey, we need to see some more finishes, get a couple more wins, we'll bring you in. Right now I'm 7-5, 5-fight win streak. If I win my next 3 fights, I go 10-5 with an 8-fight win streak.
Who's calling you?
Hold on, I'll call you back. He seems to stop. All right, I'm gonna call you back. I'm on an interview. Huh? I'm on the interview. I'll call you back. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, who's that? She sounds hot. Who's that?
That's my girl. So I win these 3 fights. I go 10-5, and I'm on an 8-fight win streak. How can you not deny me? How can you deny me with an 8-fight win streak with a 10-5 record going into the UFC? He's going into the UFC with an 8-fight win streak. That's more win streak than anybody in that damn roster down there besides John Jones and Gambino. You know what I'm saying? Not even how many active lightweight rosters and featherweight rosters who has a 8-fight win streak currently. You know what I'm saying? Besides me. I'll be the only one in there if I do get signed with an active win streak. So, right now I'm just taking my time, and I'm definitely just training, getting my ass up. What's up with it, y'all? What's up?
What happened with the relationship with Bellator? I thought you guys were good.
My relation, well, with Bellator, I mean, there's no talks into that, and there's no talks with them, and there's nothing at the moment, nothing. So it's like, if they want to talk, let's talk. But right now, my focus is trying to get into the UFC. I'm a 55er, by the way, y'all.
Yeah, I see that.
45. My weight it's all about the money. Show me the money. Let's go. But I don't like to be pimped out.
Right.
In MMA, like, let me build.
You don't want to be pimped out, but you want to be shown the money.
So absolutely, you want me to fight? Yeah, right. Yeah, meaning, don't try to bring me in as a setup guy, trying to promote guys, because I'm not. You're trying to pit me, and I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Bellator did that before. They got you in against James Gallagher when you weren't really ready for that kind of opponent.
Exactly, or Adam Bowrix. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they showed me the money.
Yeah.
So it can go both ways. Bellator's staff and everybody with Bellator are very good people. They're very good people, and they treat their fighters and with uttermost good respect. Nothing bad about Bellator. I just think right now on our paths, like Michael Chandler, loves Bellator staff, everything about Bellator. I think Michael Chandler and his path, I guess it was time for him to leave and find another chapter in his life.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. And you've had such an interesting career. I remember being in the arena when you fought Dean Barry, and you had one of the great ring walks I've ever seen in real life. Maybe the best I've seen in real life, with the 2 dancers and then a perfect performance afterwards. And it had not been an easy road for you up to that point. You were on a 3-fight losing streak. You were 2-5. What changed between when you between when you lost at the end of 2017 and when you started this winning streak at the start of 2018?
Well, that right there, like, it was a mindset. Like, I
Hmm.
had it. My coach was like, "Yo, give up, stop fighting. Like, stop
Right.
fighting, give it up. No point in fighting anymore. Like, you're done. You don't take this serious. You don't take fighting serious. You're not taking life serious. So it was
Hmm.
either my career or my health. You know what I'm saying? Like, I choose my, it was either both. So what I did, I sucked it up and started taking my career serious. Started training more and more, and like showing up to training, helping out my teammates,
Hmm.
and then from there on, like I started noticing, like, man, I'm actually better than what my record says. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like a lot better than what my record
Hmm.
says. So I go to fight Dean Barry in Ireland. I win that fight by submission. 3 weeks later, I go to England. I face beat Michaels in England. Then I go to Combate. Then I go to URCC, and then from there, I I'm on a 4 fight, and then 4 fight win streak. I go to Bellator, fighting Chris Avila, who I do not like in the Diaz brothers. I fight Chris Avila, and then bam, on a 5 fight win streak. So I'm thankful for where I'm at in the position that I am in, because without you guys and without you guys and my teammates and everybody, there's no there's no there's no Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hmm.
I'm just a mediocre fighter. But now that I took control of my life, my own path, I'm at where I'm at now. And it's hands down, I will be in the UFC and I will be a champion. Doesn't matter who I go up against, they're all gonna get knocked down.
It's interesting that you talk about there would be no Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor because I know that you're talking about in a fight sense, but at the time you were not in a good place mental health wise either. I remember there was big concerns. I remember after the fight, I was in the media room and Jim Edwards, the journalist, came up to you and gave you a big hug and he said, "I hope you're doing okay." And I was like, "What's this all about?" He looks great, he looks happy. And then I saw the social media posts where you had been talking about your mental health. You had threatened to commit suicide, and things were not in a good place for you, and you were able to turn it around.
Oh, absolutely. Like it was to the point where in my life where I needed a change, and I needed to let people
Mm-hmm.
know, like, yo, this shit's real. Like, this shit's like serious. Like, no one knows, you know,
Yeah.
and no one really knew who I was personally besides on social media and family. And I think I think that, like, the world needs to know more about who I am as a
Mm-hmm.
person besides as a fighter, and the people need to know more about John Jones, more about him than as he is as a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at LeBron James, everybody talks about LeBron James. He does this, he does that, but they don't take they don't take the fact that how good of a person he is outside of the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Father, Christian, never cheated on his wife, gives to the community, but they, you hate him in basketball, but you love him outside of basketball.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a thing where athletes seem to get treated like they are invincible. Like they can't, they can't feel the things that us common folk, feel and go through. And I think it's important that guys like yourself and other athletes and other fighters are using their platforms for that good stuff.
Right, absolutely. And, like, with this stage, this day of age and the stages we are, with social media, it allows fighters, promoters, you
Hmm.
know, to express their interest in to their friends, their families, and the fans. You get what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
everybody's able to see what's going on. Opposed to the old days in the early 2000s, there weren't like Twitter or none of that. You couldn't really get a word of mouth going on. But now with all this, everything, you can be exposed to so many exposures. Especially And I had a good time with Bellator. But I think now I'm going to the point where I need to take it up a notch. Mentally.
Hmm.
And I think I need to prove my worth where I'm at, where my value, because you know, I've been there. I've done that. I fought around the world. People know who I am. I'm not just no regional fighter. I'm not a regional fighter.
No.
I'm a world recognized face around the world in most countries, and everybody knows when you hear, "Oh, Pretty Boy," "Oh, that's the guy who fought Gallagher," "Oh, that's the guy who fought in Bellator." You know, I'm that funny guy. I'm that guy that everybody wants to see kick ass.
And you've had a big rise in your social media following the last couple of weeks because you had this thing with Keisha Cole. First off, who is she? I have no idea of this thing. She's a singer?
I'll break it down. You know, a lot of people don't know. I'll break it down. Like, she's a famous singer. She's from the Bay Area, same parts of neck of the woods. You know, it was about 8 in the morning. I mean, 8 p.m. at night. I'm sorry, in the evening.
Right.
You know, I saw her post a picture. I'm like, okay, it's a cute picture. I'll probably post under the comment. You know, just try to get a little followers, a little cuties. You know, follow.
Sure.
You know, like my pictures. I didn't expect it to be what it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't expect it for it to blow up like that. But it did, and it's like, yo, it is what it is. But you know, but everything else, like, man, I'm in a great mindset. I'm happy. You know, I know where I need to be. My manager, my teammates are ready. They're preparing for a fight and getting us ready for a fight. And right now, I'm just ready to fight, man. Because I've fought since January.
Yeah. You mentioned your teammates. AJ McKee has a ginormous fight coming up in a couple of weeks against Darian.
So, yeah.
Against Darian Caldwell. You reckon he's ready? You reckon he's going to get that W?
Well, yeah, I definitely see that. He's definitely going to win. He's going to dominate him, most likely knock him out or submit him. And AJ McKee will be featherweight champion of the world.
Who's gonna win that fight beforehand between Pitbull and Pedro Carvalho? Do you think?
Pitbull, of course.
You think of course Pitbull's gonna win?
Yeah, I just think Pedro's not enough. I know a lot. You know, Pedro reps. You know, even though he trains with SPG, and, you know, I just think he's not ready for that level of competition yet.
Right.
Of a fighter, like if he fought, like Pitbull fought one of the easiest fighters. One of them is fighting one of the easiest fighters besides Derek Campos. But I wouldn't see Pedro Carvalho beating Georgie. I don't see Pedro beating, you know, Manuel Sanchez or Weichel. I don't see him beating,
but he beats AJ McKee easily.
Yeah, no. AJ McKee's creams Pedro. I don't even see Pedro beat Soul Roger. You know what I'm saying? Like, or Cotwell. And then, you know, if he had to go against Pedro was probably like the second weakest fighter. Well, I'm not gonna say weakest. He was the second underdog under there behind. You know, first was Campos, then Pedro. So a lot of this is going to play out, but we don't know what's going to happen because we didn't know that Michael Chandler knocked out Vincent Henderson. We didn't know that was.
Yeah, that's true.
So you just never know. He might catch Pitbull, but I'm not going to put nothing past Pedro because he's a hard-working fighter, and he has his beliefs, and he puts them to it. You know, so who knows? But I do have Pitbull winning this fight by TKO.
So who are you gonna fight for in the coming months? It looks like Bellator isn't happening. It looks like the UFC need a couple more finishes. Where are you gonna go?
What's up with Aviv? I'm there to watch your fight, brother. I don't know. I've been in talks with one organization. I can't announce it yet.
Right.
But I've been in talks with them. Me and our manager's been talking with them.
King of the Cage, LFA.
None of them. Right now we're in different talks. So we're trying to figure out where we're gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been an interesting few months for you. You know, I mean, this whole quarantine thing. Have you been able to train properly? Like, what weight are you walking around at?
I'm like 175. I'm able to walk around properly, and like I'm able to train properly, walk around properly, dieting. So I'm doing the things I need to do.
Yeah.
To stay ready and stay in shape and stay fit. So I'm ready. I'm just taking it one day at a time, and when the call comes, let's go. I'm out. Let's go. Let's do it. You know, I'm just ready to take advantage of all this that's going on right now.
You know how I know you're in shape?
Why is that?
Because you can hold the camera down like this and you don't look fat. Like if I hold the camera down like this, oh my Lord, it's not good. It's really not good. I gotta have it up at an angle. You have the camera at any angle you want and you still look good.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know, it's all about taking your time and staying consistent. You know, I'm so used to doing this because this is my good side. You know, if I go this side, you don't see the good side, but this is my good side. You know, my good side.
Man, I knew that you had made it big when I saw you on the Shade Room. I saw it on Instagram. They got like 2 million followers or something. I'm not sure. I'm white, so am I allowed to follow the Shade Room? I don't know if that's.
Yeah, you can follow the Shade Room. You can do whatever you want, baby. Sky's the limit. You know, it's just know when I get to the UFC, and I'm knocking down everybody in the top 10, top 5 become champ. Just know, man. Hey, we gonna interview any term you want, baby, because I'm here. Of course. I'm the real deal. You know, a lot of people don't know. Like, hey, there's not a lot of good looking MMA fighters out there in the world that you can say, oh, that's a fucking guy. You know, I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Man, I saw you posting some stuff about hanging out with the homeless as well, and I know that in California there's a big issue there, and you don't really like to talk about it too much, but you're known to go around and help out and hand out food and generally work out in the community like that. I mean, that must be pretty exciting.
Yeah, you know, I like to do that. Sometimes I'll post about it, you know, because you know I think I need to send a message to a lot of people who needs to, like, yo, when you are a public figure and you have that platform and you make the money where you should be helping out. You should try to post videos to encourage other public figures to go help out the needy people who needs help, because when you have that platform, I mean, why not? It's like we promote Black Lives Matter everywhere around the world. We encourage people to vote. You know, why not encourage people to help others around the world, especially people who are in need, who are dying every single day, that don't have the health care. So I encourage a lot of people, like, you know, post pictures, post videos to encourage other people to do great, do good.
And you're going to vote for Donald Trump, right? For sure. I know you are. I know you're the biggest Trump guy.
I'm going to have to give you that one meme.
Have you been keeping up with politics the last while? It's been pretty crazy over there.
Man, I learned this. My mama told me, you don't talk about these things to a lot of people. Politics, age, sexism, racism, and gender.
Right.
Or, you know, I don't really talk about those. Hey, because you get in trouble when you do. You know, like you.
I know. You're just a big Trump guy, and you can't say because you're in California. It's the most liberal place on planet Earth.
Yeah, I'm a big Trump fan, and I don't want to be a sellout to all the black people. I'm not man. I'm going to vote who I feel is best, who best fits this country. You know, definitely not voting for Trump though.
I did see there's people, a lot of people have come over from this Keisha Cole thing. A lot of people mentioning Keisha Cole, and I don't want to talk about her that much. I don't know who she is. But I do remember the last time I had you on Instagram Live on my page, we were talking about the way to get women. We were talking about chatting to ladies and how you meet women. I was disappointed in your game. I got to be honest. I thought you were simping.
What? To what?
To Keisha. I thought you were like, oh, I'd love to go on a date with you. Oh, my God, you're so amazing.
Hey, I
Keisha.
was pressured by the Shade Room. They pressured me. I slid in the DM. She didn't want it. Cool. It is what it is. You know, but women like corny. Remember that women like corny guys because it's funny.
That's true. But
when you're like me and you got confidence, it doesn't matter if you're turned down or not. Because when you get turned down by a hot chick, it's going to be 50 other hot chicks going to want you. It doesn't matter.
Your DMs are flooded, right, with all the hot women who are trying to sleep with you.
I got a fair amount of women in my DMs, but I don't pay no mind because it's not what I'm focused on. You know, my focus is on trying to get
to the UFC.
Yeah, trying to get to UFC so I can have financial freedom. That's what my mind's focused on. You know, I'm not really worried about women at all. You know,
Yeah. Neither am
you
I.
know,
That's what I tell people. I tell people I'm not
absolutely.
worried about women because I can't get them. I think that's what the problem is. I lie and say, "Oh, I'm not worried about them."
And all of a sudden, you wake up like, who the hell is you in my bed? You know, what's up, y'all? What's going on in pro sports? You know, so we just have to understand that, you know, there's more than just women and party. It's about having your business first. You know, work hard now, play later. When you work hard now and play later, you'll see it manifests it when you talk about it and you actually do it and you actually take the time to really see how it grows to manifestation. So a lot of people don't know that. You know, like when people are trying to build wealth,
Hmm.
first thing you need to do is build wealth is respect money.
Yeah,
When you don't respect money, you can't expect to make money.
absolutely. Yeah, 100%. If we could talk a bit more about fighting, what happened with the Aaron Chalmers thing?
Well, the Aaron Chalmers, Bellator just didn't want to make the fight.
Right, because the weight.
They didn't want to make the fight. They don't feel like it's worth it, and they don't want to pay me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's nothing against Bellator. It's nothing against Aaron. Aaron agreed to fight.
Hmm.
I agreed to fight. My team was cool with that. Bellator just didn't want to make it happen. So, cool, whatever. You
He's
know,
a
I
lot
mean,
bigger, right? He's a 170 pounder, and he doesn't. He's not even 170 pounder. He fights at
he
catch weights
fought
175.
he fought 170 once, but his last couple of fights was at 155.
Yeah, he's a big guy though. I think that'd be an interesting fight. I do think maybe after his last couple, you know, he's lost what, two of his last three. I don't know that Pretty Boy Taylor is the guy they want to put him in the cage with, and I don't know that your
No.
style is the kind of style that would make for like an interesting matchup that Bellator could really like get behind. And also, they can't have him on a 2-fight skid or having lost 3 of his last 4 because they're already under pressure for having him signed at all because he's so famous.
Yeah. I mean, we got to think about that. You know, like Chalmers. One thing first, Chalmers is a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Really good guy. Good family guy. Dad, very amazing person. You know, I think me fighting Chalmers, it wouldn't be a good matchup because one, I'm a wrestler. Two, I'll strike all my opponents. If you think about all my opponents, my last Chris Avila, I didn't really expect for Chris Avila to be really tall, but the guy's like damn near 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
You know, he's like 5'11". That's tall. You know,
big tall guy.
I'm 5'6", but I tell you, like 5'7.5".
Right, nice.
So don't say nothing.
But, yeah, I always like to add an inch and a half when I'm telling people my measurements.
But everybody I fight is completely taller than me. Like the last 3 guys I fought were 6 feet, 5'11".
Yeah, James Gallagher was smaller though, right?
James Gallagher was taller than me. He's 5'8".
Oh, right, okay. But it was like he was a lot closer. It was a closer matchup.
Yeah, it was one of the closest matchups. I think Aiden Dwayne is probably the same height as me, but he's not with Bellator. But you know, I think matchups is key, and we just have to like see where it goes. You know, I remember I was supposed to fight this guy, Jamaican guy, on this one on Combate. I think he was like 6'4".
Jesus Christ.
At 155. I was going to dominate.
Bro, how does he make 155 at 6'4"?
Skinny.
Crazy.
Skinny guys, and I break them down all the time. Oh.
If you really, really push yourself, you could make 135, right? Like, it'd be tough, but you could do it.
No, I'm not doing it. I can't make that. I struggle making 45s.
But you probably could, like, if you really, really push, if there was like an unbelievable opportunity, there was like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, you could probably do it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My favorite song is, let's see, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Man, you're such a great singer. I see it on your Instagram story all the time, man. You should definitely start singing some more on social media, you know?
Making me feel.
Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Want you. I try not to sing because I definitely want to do that. Oh yeah, rest in peace to my boy Kelly Portis, man. He passed away. My friend passed away.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yesterday he passed away apartment complex caught on fire and didn't make it. So,
Oh my gosh.
my buddy, I grew up with him. But yeah, man, singing something passionate. I am passionate about too, but I think that's gonna have to wait right now. But here's a little thing a lot of people don't know, right? A lot of people don't know that fighting is not my passion.
Right.
Fighting is my career.
Okay.
My passion is acting and comedy. And
right. Okay.
That's my passion. So I just want to let people know who are watching this. I want them to know that this is my passion. This is my career. I don't look at myself as an MMA fighter. I look at myself as an entertainer.
Right. And do you have like an agent who gets you acting gigs, or who puts you out on auditions?
Yeah, I have an agent for that.
And do you have any projects in the pipeline, or are you kind of focused on MMA right now, building the name brand, and then maybe you can get into bigger roles down the road?
Right now, I am focused on fighting, just so I can. Right now, focus on fighting, so I can definitely get to the bigger role. So if I do get to UFC, then that opens more doors to TV deals. TV, to commercials.
You could be the next Brendan Schaub.
Oh no! But think about it. Look at how Brock Lesnar has done it, and he's just he's still with WWE. But look at George St. Pierre could have went to the acting route, like Ron Baptist. Damn, he could have, but he decided not to. Conor McGregor could have done it, and he could have been a mega star. But
Gina Carano did it pretty well.
Exactly. She's done it really well. But remember, she put in a lot of time to do it too, though. It took time. Yeah. It took time, but it's worth it for her.
What were you singing there earlier? I want to hear more of that. I want to hear more of your beautiful voice.
Nah, no singing.
This is a disgrace. You and Keisha Cole could have done a song together. That would have been beautiful. The duet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And I ain't getting no Nikki. No.
Is she a good singer or no? I genuinely haven't heard her sing one of her songs.
She's a good singer. You should go listen to her. She's a good singer from the Bay Area. There's a lot of good singers out there from the Bay Area, but she's definitely one of them.
Do you think you'll ever fight James Gallagher again, or get that matchup with Kiefer Crosby, or are you completely uninterested in anyone in Bellator at this stage?
Completely uninterested. Show me the money. I'll fight Kiefer if they approach me.
Did you see him get knocked out the other week?
Oh yeah, I'll beat his ass right now. I'm a bad matchup for him. Woo. See, think about Kiefer, right? They set him up with people who he intimidates.
Mm-hmm.
You notice how everybody's so intimidated because he got that stare. You know what I mean? I laugh like I'm gonna beat your ass. That don't phase me.
Yeah, no, of course, man. Did you watch his fight though?
Did I watch his fight? Yeah.
In Milan.
I saw his fight, and he just didn't impress me at all. Just didn't impress me at all.
It was a fine stoppage, wasn't it? It was okay to stop that fight. It probably should have been stopped earlier, shouldn't it?
Yeah. His striking just wasn't there at all, and like I said, they put him up with people he intimidates. And when like fighting Tyson, you fight Tyson, you intimidate, he's gonna knock your ass out in the first round, or he's gonna hit you with a punch. You're like, man, I don't know why I'm being in here. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is with him and how they set him up with the fighters. Because I mean, look at what they did with Fabian Washington. They actually put him in there with some real fighters, and look what happened. And Fabian's a good fighter, but now it comes to a point where you're fighting actual good fighters, and these fighters that actually beat Kiefer, he's beaten other good fighters also.
Sure. He'd never fought someone like Charlie Leary before, and I think, Charlie Leary's good, but he's also, if you're at the level of promotion that Kiefer Crosby is at, you should be beating him. Yeah,
but see, thing about it is Kiefer's never fought nobody with the pedigree of winning. He's always fought somebody around his record. 4-3, 5-2, 10-9. He ain't fought no guy at 9-0. 5-0. You know what I'm saying? He's coming straight out of Bama.
Bro, actually, you said Mike Tyson earlier. What do you think of him coming back?
Who? Which one?
Mike Tyson. Do you think it's cool that he's coming back, or you kind of think maybe it's a bit too late for him?
The heavyweight division needs a star.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it definitely needs a star, and I think for him being back it brings a lot of boxing fans out, and it brings out a lot of excitement and more money to the sport. It's kind of like George Foreman when he came out of retirement.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
you're going to
that.
be watching?
I'll be watching. I'll definitely be watching.
Bro, Roy Jones Jr. is no joke, though. I think, Mike's been back for a couple of months. Roy Jones Jr. never really stopped.
No, true, but you got to understand, Tyson still got speed in those power punches.
It's true.
Roy relied on all of his speed, and technique, but he doesn't have the speed. And you're going against a guy. Roy never really fought a heavyweight like as much. You're going with a guy whose whole career was heavyweights,
Mm-hmm.
and they're damn near almost the same height.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's going to be an interesting fight, and I think it's going to be an interesting card overall. They got the YouTuber fight with Nate Robinson and Jake Paul, and they've got Vidal Riley is fighting the guy who used to be in the UFC. That's kind of a crazy matchup. I think it's going to be a real interesting night. I wonder how the pay-per-view is going to do. They've got some good fun on there, but I want to talk a little bit more about your career at the moment. So you want to do acting, you want to be an MMA fighter, you want to be in the UFC. Let's say Sean Shelby calls you tomorrow, right? And he says, we want you to fight in 2 months' time in Vegas. And then you hang up the phone, and then a big Hollywood director calls you and says, I want you to be the leading man in my new movie, and you're going to be, the star, and it's going to be a big rom-com. It's going to, Kevin Hart is going to be your best friend. It's going to be a ginormous film. Which would you take? Which of those two offers would you take?
I'm taking that movie. Fuck that. Joe, I'm taking a movie.
You don't want to be in the UFC at all. You just want to get into the film.
Look. The UFC gonna hit you with that. The UFC gonna hit you with that new fighter contract, 10,000 or 12,000 or 15,000 to show up, and then if you win, you get that bonus of the 15. You get 30 grand, right? You go on a blockbuster hit movie with Kevin Hart, you'll make over $1 billion just off that whole thing.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's true.
Hey, red carpet premieres, everything. You'll be like The Rock. Like, The Rock don't need to fight. The Rock don't need to wrestle.
That's
Look
true. Well, I just know that if Kiefer Crosby got a call from the UFC, he would probably answer the UFC, right? He would never do the movie. He's more passionate about MMA, maybe.
Yeah, but Kiefer's always gonna have that. If he does that, if he says that, he's gonna have a broke mentality. Hey. And here's the reason why. If I go ahead and do this movie, I become a big celebrity in the world, and I'm still fighting. And Sean Shelby decides to bring me back to the UFC. Like,
bigger deal, yeah.
Bro, I have a bigger name because it's like The Rock coming to the UFC. You're like, holy shit, The Rock is about to fight. Like, let's watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? We never thought The Rock would ever step into the cage.
That's true. I understand.
I'm doing a movie, straight up, because when I go to UFC, hey, it's like, here's what it is.
People think you're already a celebrity. I think you're getting there. I don't know if you're already a celebrity, but
I wouldn't say celebrity status yet, but I'm close, and I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
Do people ever come up to you on the street and ask for a picture? Obviously not at the moment, but
No, not really.
You got a mask on; they can't recognize you.
Well, only time it happens is if I'm in Ireland.
Right.
Other than that, nah. I would love.
You'll get there.
I'll get there. Definitely.
All right, man. This has been a great chat. I do want to ask one more. Is there anyone in particular you'd like to call out? We've got the world watching here. We're gonna have loads on the post show as well. So, is there anyone you would like to fight? I know you talked about Islam Makhachev. Here's your chance. Call somebody out if you'd like.
Oh man. Oh, absolutely. Nate Diaz, man. Nate. I don't like you, bro. Like, let's run this shit. When I go to UFC, let's run it. Absolutely, we finna run it, bro. I don't like how you try to jump me. You and your boys try to jump me. at the last Bellator event. We're gonna
Well,
run this.
Nate Diaz tried to jump you?
Oh yeah, you did. I thought I told you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I beat Chris Avila,
Okay.
and I'm in the background talking to my boy. I'm like, yeah, I'm on a 5-5 win streak. Whooped his ass. Nate does his Nate thing. Gets a water bottle. He throws it at me and says, "Yo, we finna jump you." You know.
He said, "We're going to jump you."
Yeah, him and his boys.
That's a crazy. I've never heard anybody say that. I've heard people jumping people. I've never heard them say, "I'm going to jump you."
Hey, he says your cardio better be on point. You damn well, right? Hey, Nate swung on me, and Ian from Bellator, they all had to pull him back. It was just me and my boy. Like, yo, me and Nate squared up in the back. Like, yo, let's run it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, sign the contract.
I know how these events go. There's cameramen everywhere. Do you think there's video of this altercation somewhere?
There's definitely video, but they're not going to release that.
They wouldn't release that.
They're not going to release that. Then it's bad for business. There's someone who had the video of that.
Bellator wouldn't release a video of two UFC fighters going at it like you and Nate Diaz, you know, a future UFC star and him. But that's a crazy story. And what did you do? You hit him back? You knocked him out?
No, I couldn't swing. You know, trust me, I would have beat his ass.
Right.
Harder than him. And
you would beat up Nate Diaz, no bother. It'd be easy.
Yeah, if it's straight striking and my cardio is on point, ground game is good. It's good, but it's not better than my wrestling.
Right. Your wrestling is better than Nate Diaz's jiu-jitsu, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt.
Hey, you know that term, you turn a black belt to a white belt, right? You just punch right in his mouth. That shit don't matter. Stop his hips. It doesn't matter. I fought a lot of black belts and brown belts. Doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? This is a fight. You know, I'm not going to, you know, it's a fight. I know what I'm doing in there. He knows what he's doing in there. If he wants to fight and he wants to sign the contract, I'm up for it. You know, if he doesn't want to fight, then let's go.
I see someone asking Loma Lopez. Are you going to watch that this weekend?
Yeah, I'll watch that this weekend. I definitely got Lomachenko winning that fight.
I don't know, man. Teofimo Lopez looked good the last time I saw him out at I saw him around Christmas time, I think.
But the thing about Lomachenko is when he like follows through, there's a lot of pop and power at the end of his punches, and he's just very consistent. Lomachenko is one of those fighters who just has power at the end of his punches. Even when it's a short left hook or a right hook to the body, and he throws those uppercuts, he's just a gifted puncher. He kind of reminds you like a sturdier, grittier Roberto Duran.
Right.
With power at them punches. You know, a little bit more finesse.
Yeah, I guess someone said here, it's a Panic 101, who I disagree with, by the way. He says, just like Till got rushed to fight Woodley, I think it's a little bit less like that. I think Teofimo has a way better chance against Lomachenko than Till did against Woodley that time. But this guy, Panic, is the same dude who said, you need to have good cardio to fight Nate Diaz. You don't need cardio when you're going to knock Nate Diaz out in the first round. You don't need to have cardio to beat him in 2 minutes, do you?
Never. Kill them all. Woo!
All right.
Sign me up. Meet Khabib right now at the Oracle Arena.
Yeah.
You'll
you'll beat the shit out of Khabib. You'll take him down in 2 seconds. You've got way better wrestling than Khabib.
It's time to go. You're hyping it up.
Anthony, I have full faith in you. Get into the UFC. You're going to be the man to end Khabib's winning streak. I appreciate you coming on here, and I will talk.